Hello there, everyone. It is Tuesday, and I'm a happy camper to be with you folks today. We are going to have a lot of fun today. I have no idea what this show is going to be about because the show didn't tell me driving up here. So we're just going to have fun together. A couple of things. First of all, this is Elaine Bartlett, and you are listening to this most enlightened and delightful radio show called The Purple Portal. And if you would like to phone in today to participate in the fun in any way, I'll give you that number. And that number is 321-806-3159. And if you're too shy to call in, you can always email me at purpleportal777@gmail. By now, I'm kind of hoping that I'm a permanent fixture, either embedded in your computer or in your app, because this way we can be together a lot. And I was speaking with a fairly new girlfriend that I've met down here recently, and we both kind of concluded that at this time in our nowness, in our unfolding, the best thing we can give one another is to be there for one another and energetically hold hands. It may be that you need a telephone hug. It may be that you need a piece of information. And that's what I needed this week. I needed a piece of information. You know, I'm fairly new to the Melbourne area. And when I'm new to a place, simply because I change a lot, some of you are not so delighted to be changing a lot. So you have your old sources that you've had forever. But when you have this Mexican jumping bean energy in the midst of you, it means you change a lot, which means you don't know where's the right dry cleaner, where's the right salon, where's the right dentist. And that was my dilemma over the weekend. Where's the right dentist? And just developing the trust through friendships. If you're calm enough and quiet enough, whether it be as you know, intense as a dentist or the nail salon or the dry cleaner, you can actually sense whether or not the person or the place they're steering you to is a fit for you. So we kind of concluded after speaking that what a great gift at this point we can give each other by being there for one another, whether it be with the suggestion, the idea, or the hug. You know, in life, I think many of us have come to realize there's not much we can give one another. There's a very dear girlfriend of mine up in Jersey. It was her birthday yesterday, and we spoke on Sunday, and I, apologizing sincerely, I didn't get the card out. I don't have an idea for a gift. And she and I have discussed this before. The gift now is that gift of honesty and sincerity and friendship. And I think friendship is built on honesty and sincerity. A lot of people have a great deal of difficulty being sincere and being honest. If I tell you I'm going to be there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, unless there's a major emergency, I'm going to be there. So it's trust is a funny thing. It's built up drip by drip, and it's a slow process. And you can know somebody for 20 years and still not quite feel you trust the person. But because things are moving so quickly these days, at least I'm finding it because I'm slowing down. It's a funny thing. Everything's speeding up on the planet, and my inner being is screaming very nicely, slow it down. So I'm kind of the counterpoint to that. And the reason is you can hear better, you can feel better. Meaning I can feel the truth of what you're telling me and the sincerity of it. So what may have taken 20 years to cultivate really can be cultivated rather quickly these days. So pay attention to all of that sensation of slowing it down in the chaos to get to that sincerity and that trust. So trust me, because I'm here for you on Tuesdays, come rain or shine. And you may call in today with any comments or questions at 321-806-3159. I do have to give a shout out to my most precious friend down in Boynton Beach area, Renee Berger. For those of you who are listening up in the New Jersey area, or anyone who knew Renee from the whole Purple Pear Cave experience, wherever we were experiencing together, Renee was always there for me, and I want to be there for her today. And I'm actually holding my cell phone in my hand because I'm watching with bated breath right with her for the birth of the first grandchild. And this baby is to be a C-section. Sex, Mommy and Daddy did not want to know. So it's quite exciting and quite delightful. So my loving thoughts are with Renee and with Kristen and with Stephen. And I ask all of you team players to send that little tribe so many good thoughts so that this darling new being on the planet comes out safely. Mommy is safe, and everything is intact. All the organs are there, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and that's what we're sending lots of energy toward for all of our special friend Renee and her family. So it is always special when a new being agrees to come to this planet, and it is the baby's choice. You know, people these days are having challenges getting pregnant and staying pregnant. It's because some babies are turning around. They don't want to come to this planet. It is a chaotic planet. It is a quarrelsome planet. And they're going to wait in the wings until things either settle down or they will go to a center of reality where it is more loving. There's unconditional love in other places, even in our own galactic system. So that's why a lot of babies, they're not coming in. They don't want to be in a war-torn zone. They don't want to be in poverty. They don't want some conditions. So oddly, they're turning around or have sort of clued the mommy in. I'll catch up with you later at better times, better conditions, better circumstances. And here's another final thought about babies. I know many of you think, oh, we've researched babies' names and we've, really, I know this is what I've always wanted to call this baby this. Well, the baby chooses its name. It will whisper that to the mommy. The baby chooses because it's the name itself is a frequency. So the baby can only have a frequency which serves it. And if the mommy misheard the frequency, the child will change its name fairly soon after it comes onto the planet. People will begin calling it something completely different than mommy named it, and that name will stay. So my son was very sweet one time. He was telling his best buddy who was very righteously picking names, and my son told the daddy, while the daddy was in the labor room, I guess waiting for the baby to be born, "Don't worry, John, that baby will whisper in your ear the name that it wants." And that is the truth. Now, some of you, if you've known when you were 4 years old that you would have a little girl called Sunshine, it's because you actually heard it early on. So it's quite delightful to think mommies did not name their babies per se. Babies named themselves because of the frequency involved in it. And it was the name that would best serve them in this now space. So it's pretty cool to think about babies. And I was thinking this morning of Renee's little one coming in. I'm thinking, wow, what an interesting day. It's March 7th. That baby's going to have a mystical bent to it because of the 7. And just if I add the 3 of the March, the 7, there's a 1 frequency right there. Very sensitive little baby. And then if I throw in the 1 from 2017, all of a sudden, that baby is bumped up to a master number, the number 11. So very interesting little one coming in. I can't wait to be a party to the grandmother because it's an initiation that you absolutely can't even imagine until you go through it. And it's a lovely initiation. Okay, there we have that. And today, it is an interesting day. I have to say, the energy is pretty darn spectacular. A couple of things have happened since we've last been together. On March 4th, in Chinese, the month changed. So we've moved into the month of the rabbit. So those of you who are born in the year of the rabbit, I have a sister up in New Jersey who's born in the year of the rabbit. This month could be a little tricky. I'm very glad she's going to be taking a vacation and coming on down to see me because it's the kind of month where, step back, a lot of energy will be stirred up for the rabbit. It will also be stirred up for the opposite sign of the rabbit, which is the rooster. Now, we're in the year of the fire rooster, so people have to be a little bit careful here. They're going to be strutting their stuff, and in a way, it can be too much of a good thing. I had a chat this morning with another gal up in the New York area, and she and some of her buddies were out strutting their stuff last night, way out of proportion, and people could have gotten harmed. It was too much, everything was blown out, too much alcohol, too much hearty, happy, and it's interesting. In this month of March, you have to be careful because that little rooster energy, which is, as I said, the opposite sign to rabbit, it's a time to take an inventory of how you are using your ego. Are you using it constructively and productively? You know, it's okay to be in an art show and show your artwork this month. That's the constructive use of ego. What would be a bad use of the ego is everyone comes up and congratulates you and then takes you out for a congratulatory, way too many rounds of congratulation therapy. Or you think, well, my art's better than your art, and my media and modality, obviously, I'm far advanced than you. So you want to be careful this month, and we're into it now for 3 days, so you can already see little trappings of the ego. So just pay attention. Some of you actually understand what I mean when I say the 4 pillars. And the 4 pillars is a Chinese expression that pertains to Chinese astrology. I'm going to encourage those of you who don't know what your 4 pillars are, that you email me at purpleportal777@gmail.com. You email me and you ask me to just draw up the chart of your 4 pillars and mail it to you.